This is an interesting exercise from a Brazilian university which wanted to see if they moved an entire course to distance learning, so distance teaching, then will it really save on emissions? So they did something called emergy calculation, which means embedded energy calculations, which is like a life cycle analysis. So you will need different infrastructure and communication technology to beam the lectures. Students will need the equipment to receive the lectures, which all played out during COVID. Many children in India and other poor countries faced serious issues with internet access and laptops and other equipment, energy, power needed all the time for taking online classes and so on. But nonetheless, in this context, we are discussing campus sustainability. And it's nice to imagine, do we really need hardwired classrooms with real buildings, brick and mortar buildings, as we say? Or can we just do everything with minimal infrastructure on campus and distance teaching and learning? It turns out that when you do this kind of an emergy calculation, it's not obvious that distance learning actually ends up being much better than, or even slightly better than, in-class learning. So they do go through these calculations for their campus and their students, their town, etc. Now we obviously have a lot of mixes of online courses, on YouTube, Coursera, other things. I'm offering this to you online. I'm not giving you any certification, but I'm just doing this as, for my own satisfaction, but many people are tuning in and listening to them and learning. But when you want to think about replacing all the courses on campus with distance learning, you will have to do much more in terms of due diligence on life cycle analysis to see, is it really worth it for making campus sustainable and so on? And fortunately, there are lots of advantages of being face-to-face with the teachers, interacting with the other students, debates about homeschooling versus going to schools, social skills learned by the children when they're growing up, and playtime, etc. get discussed. We are talking about university level campuses, but still student interactions, sports, fraternities, sororities, social activities, cultural team building, communication, leadership, etc. are still largely benefited by having face-to-face interactions on campus. So distance learning, great, but has to be mixed with real buildings, okay?